Hi guys, it's Foxay. This is not a planned video actually. I'm taking this video unexpectedly because a while ago I was having my lunch and I got a call and some person told me that one of my childhood teachers died just because of a heart attack. Yeah, I know you might be thinking right now that this is not a new thing to get worry about or something like that, because we see it every day, almost every day, right? We hear someone dies just because of a heart attack. Most of the days we hear that, right? But that's not the point I want to share with you guys. Even though no matter how much we see this, we are not paying enough attention to this thing, right? That's what I want to take this video. However, I'm not gonna talk about cardiovascular diseases in depth in this video. I will do a planned video for that one. For the time being, you can see what is cardiovascular disease in on the screen. I'll put the definition. The other thing I want to tell you guys is, according to WHO, you know WHO, right? World Health Organization, they have estimated about 17.9 million lives. 17.9 million deaths are recorded per year due to these cardiovascular diseases. No matter how much statistics these people are providing, these organizations are providing, and the incidents we hear all around the world, we are still not considering the potential risk which is invading to our lives, right? You know that even people below 17 years of age prematurely, there's a potential for some people, there's a segment of people who can get this cardiovascular diseases, mostly what we say heart attack kind of things, and there are several other subcomponents of cardiovascular diseases as well. The thing is that we also have a tendency to get it, not only the older people, what we think. This is a NCD. NCD in the sense non-communicable disease. It means that it develops over time. How many of you are just careful enough of what you are putting inside of your body and what you are expending out of your body? Are you just aware at least a little bit about this intake and expenditure? That's my first question I'm asking you to focus on. Okay, in order to understand this thing, let's take a simple example through our lives. The general population, you know that don't compare yourself to a celebrity or someone like that, because then you won't see the reality and the things you can practically apply. Okay, that's what I want to initiate you before I start this. Simply think about your life. You wake up, you are in a rush to go to work, you just pack up something, you just pack up some food, or else you just buy some food on the way. Then you go to the workplace, you mindlessly putting stuffs into your body. You don't know at least what you ate. If I ask you what you ate in the morning, sometimes you might not even remember, because you are too much overwhelmed with your work, right? You are after a rat race. That's how you're not careful enough about what you are putting inside the intake, what I mentioned earlier. Not an adult who is working. Even if you take a school kid also, the scenario might not be that much different. Even though they are not working, they are going for their tuition classes, they are going for their school and all those things, and they are also packed up with work. Sometimes they are consuming unnecessary energy drinks, excessive amounts of soft drinks and kind of things, and almost so much of unhealthy food is putting inside their body, right? So that's simply the intake. Now when we come to the expenditure part, how many of you today climb the staircase at your workplace? If you have a staircase at your workplace, how many of you have climbed it? I'm pretty much sure most of you might be late to work, and you might have taken the escalator or the elevator because you think you don't have time to waste, and also more than anything else, like you don't want to get outcasted from people, like that bugger is climbing the staircase instead of having this we have this elevator, but this bugger is climbing the staircase. So you're listening to other people's opinions and you just do what the general people are doing, right? Inactive, sedentary, sitting for long hours, sometimes too lazy to even stand up and go and take the file next to your cupboard. You just go on your chair itself. So that's how your expenditure is not properly happening, right? You put mindlessly, you're putting so much of food, most of them are unhealthy, and now you're not even expending it. You're not active, you go home late and you're not going to exercise, most of you. Okay, you don't have time to, you think you don't have time to exercise, and likewise you are putting more and more stuffs, and The expenditure is not bigger than what you put inside. Even in the weekends, most of the people, they are going to pubs and they just meet friends. Even after work, sometimes they go and they just have alcohol, consume tobacco, sometimes every day, every week. It's so pathetic because you don't care about your health, but at an unexpected moment, we don't know at what time the things may turn upside down, right? You can understand it, right? You may be the CEO of the company, you may be the manager of the company, right? You may be having great sales you ever had, but what if at one point you realize your family is suffering just because of your negligence? You never care about your belly fat, you never care about your heart health or anything. Simply you have neglected your health for a long period of time. What if at an unexpected situation all the repercussions started to beat your family and the people who really care about you? It's too late then, right? It's true that as a human being, all of us have to undergo some sort of stress, right? Everyday life, we have to undergo some sort of stress. We have to work, we have to look after our families, we have to do other responsibilities, whatever they are. So we have to undergo some kind of stress. But this stress management is also really important. At least if you can put one step further to this stress management, because you know your cortisol levels are running up. This is a big story actually. I can't say everything in detail. I'm telling the most important points right now only. So these kind of stress, all these things, this food, your inactivity, your sedentary lifestyle, your alcohol consumption, tobacco consumption, stress, excessive stress, these kinds of things lead to your heart attack. So dear warriors, the message I want to tell you is that we know that death is tapping on our door one day, right? You, me, you and I, anyone who is living in this world, we have to die one day. But that's not the point. The thing is that if we can do something, if we can do some preventive actions to something we can see, which is coming in front of us, we see it but we just neglect it, it's no use, right? We can do something, right? If we can do something, we can do something. So that's what I initiate you to focus on. Okay guys, now I know what is pressing in your mind. Foxay, we know this thing now, what we should do. That's what's pressing in your mind, right? Yeah, I know guys, you almost, before I explain this, even you know this thing, this CBD, cardiovascular diseases, the mostly used term heart attack, you know about these things, right? Plenty of times you might have heard, from your early childhood to this adulthood, you might have heard of it time to time. This thing is, as I told you, is not something I can explain by just a random video like this, unplanned video. So I may have to segment it into several sections, and I will try to provide different approaches and different initiatives where you can tackle with this demon. We can call it a demon, right? Because it's a non-communicable disease. It's rising up. If we put our swords into the right place, then the demon can't rise, right? Before winding up for today guys, I would like to add something extra for your attention. I have created a free WhatsApp group. It's named as Foxay Fitness, just little fit chat. It is totally created for the ones, for the people who are interested in fitness and who may have doubts like these NCDs, nutrition, training tips, workouts, calisthenics, whatever the doubts they have. They can just ask in the group for free, and I will give prompt responses based on my schedule, based on my availability. I will provide them the answers in the group. So I'm not charging for this. This is completely free. You guys can join. The link is in the description, or else I'll put it in the screen somewhere. Just welcome you all to the group as well. Just engage with the group, and just you can ask your questions and I will provide the answers, and someone else might also learn something out of this. If you find this video is really helpful for you, and if this video gave you some kind of an understanding of CBDs and the things we discussed, share it with someone whom you think might need to see this. And I highly appreciate if you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, because it is an encouragement for me to make more content like this. Sometimes I could have just not focusing on this unplanned content and just focusing on my planned contents only, but I just felt like I want to share this thing with you guys at the moment I heard the incident today. So like that way, if you want to make me more content like this which may be helpful for you, consider subscribing. That will be a great help for me. Thank you so much. Stay safe and just be careful about your health more. Just a little cry by Foxay.